A man who spent 83 years proving that true educators never stop teaching, has left us with his most powerful lesson yet. And it's one that challenges everything we think we know about legacy. Wesley Daberkow passed away on September 8, 2025, in Lincoln, Nebraska. But here's where his story gets truly remarkable. Even in death, this passionate educator found a way to keep teaching. His final chapter? Donating his body to the University of Nebraska Medical Center to help train the next generation of medical professionals. Born February 7, 1942, in the comfort of his family home, Wesley entered the world on what would become the original Daberkow family homestead, located just 3 miles south of Beemer, Nebraska. As the son of Arnold and Mildred Daberkow, young Wesley's educational journey began at UNL Lutheran School in Beemer, where a teacher named Mr. Showland first sparked what would become a lifelong passion for learning and teaching others. But here's where it gets interesting. Wesley's path to becoming an educator wasn't just academic inspiration. Coach Cox, his high school football mentor at West Point High School, showed him that teaching extends far beyond textbooks. This dual influence of classroom learning and athletic mentorship shaped Wesley's unique approach to education, leading him to Concordia College in Seward, where he earned his teaching degree while continuing to play the sport that had taught him so much about leadership. Wesley's educational career took him on an adventure across state lines, with teaching positions in Indiana, Alabama, and Nebraska. Yet this is the part most people miss. Wesley understood that real education happens everywhere, not just in classrooms. His commitment to county extension work, including service on both Lancaster County and Nebraska state boards, proved that he believed in bringing knowledge directly to communities that needed it most. And this is where Wesley's story becomes beautifully controversial. In an era where many shy away from difficult conversations, Wesley made celebrating diversity and advocating for disenfranchised individuals central to his mission. He refused to ignore those struggling with poverty or facing mistreatment, a stance that some might consider politically charged, but Wesley saw as simply human decency. Wesley's passions painted the picture of a man who found wonder in both the grand and the minute details of life. He treasured watching his grandchildren's activities, cherished family gatherings, and possessed an unusual enthusiasm for singing, mathematics, reading, spelling, and diving deep into the definitions of rarely used words. His love for hiking, hunting, and agriculture revealed someone who understood that learning happens as much outdoors as indoors. Travel adventures with his beloved wife Norma took them across the globe. But here's what might surprise you. Of all the exotic destinations they explored, Wesley's heart always returned to Nebraska's sand hills. Daily rituals included reading both the Bible and Roget's Thesaurus, a combination that speaks to his belief in both spiritual growth and intellectual curiosity. Bird identification, whether visual or by song, presented a delightful challenge he embraced with joy. And let's be honest, his weakness for ice cream, particularly from the UNL Dairy Store, proved that even the most disciplined educators need their simple pleasures. A celebration of Wesley's remarkable life will take place Saturday, September 20th, 2025, at 11 a.m. at Sheridan Lutheran Church in Lincoln, where friends and family will gather to honor a man who touched countless lives. Wesley's legacy continues through his cherished wife Norma and an extensive, loving family network. His daughter Lisa Staup, married to Dan, blessed him with grandchildren Mackenzie Matlock, married to Mason, Sydney Elliott, married to Brian, and Jackson, Dominic, and great-grandchild Cameron. Daughter Sarah Reifenrath and her husband Mike brought grandchildren Aaliyah Sherman, married to Noah, Luke, Brayton, and Adeline into his world. Son John Daberkow, partnered with Bernadette Steele, gave him grandchildren Helena, Haley, and Arthur. James Daberkow and Michelle Hansen contributed grandson Callum, while daughter Rachel Brogan and husband Rob added granddaughters Ruby and Rosa to the family tapestry. The family circle expanded further through son Todd Stoll and wife Jody, who brought grandchildren Zach Stoll, married to Brianne, with great-grandchildren Finn and Georgia, and Zane. Daughter Jana Sadler, married to Mike, contributed grandchildren Casey Wan, engaged to Dan Kissling, and Andy Wan. Son Corey Stull and wife Jeanette completed the grandchildren roster with Lauren and Harper Stull. Wesley's surviving siblings include sisters Liddell Kreikemeyer, Geraint Yelkin, Burdette Kratke, Deborah Baker, and Shelley Stolberg, along with brother Lowell Daberkow. Brothers-in-law August Reidinger and Gary Baker, plus numerous nieces and nephews, round out his extended family network. Those who preceded Wesley in death include his parents Arnold and Mildred Daberkow, sisters Yvonne Jensen, Marlene Reidinger, and an infant sister, brothers-in-law Jerry Jensen, Paul Kreikemeyer, Bob Yelkin, and Dwayne Kratke, sister-in-law Wilma Daberkow, 3 grandchildren, and several nieces and nephews. Rather than flowers, the family requests that memorials be directed to LutheranFamilyServices.org or Sheridan Lutheran Church, organizations that continue Wesley's work of supporting those who need assistance most. But here's the question that challenges us all. In a world where many people struggle to leave any meaningful impact, Wesley chose to make his final act one of service to future generations. His decision to donate his body to medical education represents the ultimate teaching moment, literally giving of himself so others can learn. A beautiful poem accompanied Wesley's obituary, reminding us that life is but a stopping place, a pause in what's to be, a resting place along the road to sweet eternity. We all have different journeys, different paths along the way. We all were meant to learn some things, but never meant to stay. Our destination is a place far greater than we know. For some the journey's quicker, for some the journey's slow. And when the journey finally ends, we'll claim a great reward and find an everlasting peace together with the Lord. So here's the thought-provoking question Wesley's life leaves us with. If we all have different paths along the way and are meant to learn some things, what are you learning from your journey? And more importantly, what are you teaching others along the way? Wesley spent 83 years proving that every interaction is an opportunity to educate, advocate, and elevate others. Even his final goodbye became a lesson in generosity and service. What will your legacy teach?